Hi guys, this is Martina. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I have a really fun project for us to make, and these are some journal pockets. I am still working, of course, on my flippy interactive chunk journals that we've already made some elements for, and this time I thought we could do something maybe not flippy, something simpler, something that could be definitely used in any journal that you are making. And these are some collaged window pockets, and I made them from Tim Holtz papers. You know how those Tim Holtz paper pads, they come with different sizes of like cards and little papers on the back. So this is what I used here. I'm just taking two, and this is totally inspired by Rachel Roxy Creations here on YouTube, who has done something like this where she used those two and collaged and kind of made them as a whole. So this is what I used to make these, and I just collaged over them. You can see that there is the Tim Holtz in the background, and also they come with window, and those windows, in the windows I added some vellum that I just sprayed with some mists, with some inks in a like mist, mists basically. So here is another one. This one has, and you see you can see a little bit through those windows, so they are nice because they have nice colors, I think. And of course there's my gold. I had to have gold, and but you can also see a little bit from them. So yes, definitely very simple, very fun, and I want to make more. So I thought I would just show you my process. And what I did, I just took 4 of these double cards, sort of, and I picked the side. Well, both sides are pretty, usually, you know, with Tim Holtz, I picked the side that I kind of prefer here. And the other thing that I did is I measured the maximum width that I want my pockets to be. And I just measured my pages basically. So I know my pockets should not be wider than 12 centimeters. So I'm going to cut them with my paper trimmer, but I am going to, on purpose, not cut them, you know, so that this is in the middle, but I'm going to cut just from one side. So we have this asymmetrical design here, you know. So I'm putting this aside, and I'm just making a decision which part I want to cut. So I'm going to cut the butterfly off and use him for something else. And here maybe I'll cut a piece of this neutral one. And on this one, maybe the bugs, because they are quite busy, so I don't need that many of them. Okay. Now, the first step, well, the way I did it is I just made little collages, and I think I'm going to work on the 4 of them at the same time. This is just kind of the fastest way to go. So I have some papers, of course, from Lorna, tailor-made journals, some of her The Art of Writing, and some of her French documents. I have a book page with beautiful font. I have a little bit of this music paper. So let's see what we can do. And of course my tarot ruler. This I will say it because I get questions every time. This is from Joy Crafts on Amazon. I got it from Amazon, but I know that sometimes it's not available, or it's out of stock. And I know that We Are Memory Keepers, they do have a set of tearing rulers, and they do have this nice rugged edge as well. So okay, so I'm just going to take a few longer pieces, and I'm just going to go and collage, you know, just a very simple collage for the backgrounds of my cards, and then you will see what we are going to do next. So if you are a regular viewer on my channel, then you probably know that I took a little bit of break because I'm sick. So it's not the you know what, it's just a stomach flu, something like that. I basically can't eat anything, and it's been like this for almost a week now. So I had a consult with a doctor today and over the phone, and he gave me some meds, which is good. They should help. And I also well, I just should stay home for the week. So you know, it doesn't change much for me anyway, because it's not like I'm going anywhere. But he gave me what's it called, the sick leave, yeah, from my corporate job, which is good, because last week I felt so bad, you know, because I can't eat anything. So when I don't eat anything, then of course my stomach is quite okay, but then, well, you can't really not eat anything and function. So I had awful headaches and I just couldn't concentrate. So it's a good thing that I don't have to, you know, go to work really. I just want to spend the week crafting a little bit, resting a lot, and just getting better. So, and yes, I did spend, I think, maybe just a bit shorter, this one. I did spend maybe 2 or 3 days just doing literally nothing, because like I couldn't do anything. But now I am like I'm trying to eat something. I'm trying to just get a little bit better. And I definitely miss crafting. So, and you see, I'm just going to collage a few bits and pieces over both of these designs so that they kind of make a whole. Thank you, Rachel, for suggesting this. And it was a long time ago that I saw it on her channel. I think it might have been her 2019 the 100-day project, so quite some time ago. So yes, so if I sound a bit all over the place or a bit like absent-minded, or you know, I can't gather my thoughts, then please forgive me. It's just that, well, I'm recovering. So, but I like I said, I think in the last video, I really love, I really need to craft, you know, all the time. So even when I'm sick, I just feel the need to craft, to do something. And I did have those few days where I didn't do anything, but well, that's enough. I just need to get back at it. And I'm also so excited about these journals that I'm making, that, well, I just want to make them. So I hope you guys are okay. How was your weekend? It's Monday today? Is it Monday? Yes, it's Monday. See, I don't even know what day it is. That's how much like absent-minded I am, and how much I don't know what's going on around. That's okay, I suppose. So, how was your weekend? Did you get to do something nice? Or did you spend the weekend maybe crafting? I was, of course, home, but yesterday we we had a really beautiful weather. It's quite cold, but the weather is beautiful, and so is today. So we took our dog on a short walk. Well, I couldn't walk a lot, but it actually made me feel better, you know, to just go outside for a moment and breathe fresh air and yeah, just walk, just move my body, because just lying around all day, it's not something I like. And of course, when you're sick, there's not much you can do other than that, but it just felt so nice. And we were on a short walk today as well, so it's really nice, but it's really like frosty. So we have the sun and the weather is really beautiful. The sky is cloudless, but it's very frosty, and we are going into like a period of cold weather, I would say. So over the weekend it's supposed to be -13 here in Krakow, so it's Celsius, of course. So yeah, it's going to be freezing, and I suppose it can be more than that, I think, especially down the south of the country. You know, we are quite well, the Krakow is in the south of Poland, but we are not in the mountains yet. So the closer to the mountains, the colder it will probably get. Okay, so I'm going to take a few pieces of this book page because it's really lovely. It has beautiful font. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm just tearing pieces. Very beautiful font. It says birds here. This is from like a index page. I love index pages in botanical books, and I often use them for my collaging or for making pockets out of them. Something. Okay. So I'm going to take this. So yeah, so in the mountains, or in those places that are closer even to mountains than we are, it's supposed to be -20 Celsius, which is really cold, but I don't know, unless it lasts for too long. I'm kind of glad it's natural, you know, for the climate in Poland, that it's cold in the winter, and I think it's good that it's going to be cold like this for a few days, but hopefully not for too long. Okay, so this could maybe go down here, and for this I'm going to use my wet glue, because it's this is a thicker paper, this book page, and also quite sleek, so I wouldn't like my my glue stick kind of to fail me here. I think I'm going to maybe go with this here. Okay, and then this up there. So as you can see, this is such a simple process, because I'm basically doing pretty much the same thing on each one of those cards. I'm using the same papers, I'm using similar pieces and using similar compositions, so it just makes working on a few elements at the same time that much easier. And you know, if you're making a few journals or you're making, like you're selling your journals, and you always need, I think I'm going to take some more of the music paper, and you always need more, you know, more pockets and journaling cards and whatnot, than doing it like this when you make a few at the same time. It just makes it so much faster, and well, I love working this way, I really do. I'm never bored, I never feel, you know, it's repetitive. I just enjoy it so much. So definitely do give it a try if you, of course, if you are in need of making more than one. If not, if one is what you need, then absolutely. It's such a quick project, you know. Of course, it would be so much quicker if I did actually make just one. But well, I have 4 journals, so I'm making 4. I already made 4, and then I'm making another 4 of those. And it's also such a nice way to use those papers, those different sizes of papers from Tim Holtz, because sometimes I wonder, you know, what do I use them for other than just using them as journaling cards or something like this? Because you can, of course, do that. They are very pretty. But sometimes you just want to do something a bit more creative, don't you? So that's a great way to use them up. Okay, now I'm thinking I want to add some labels, Tracy labels, to the background. I'm also, I have some postage stamps here. Let me see if I could maybe add some postage stamps as well. If I can find something that will fit, that will match the colors. This may be too big. How about this one? Well, with the tanks. This is from like World War II. Oh, this is so gorgeous. But no, it deserves... No, I don't think I'm going to go with postage stamps for this. Because beautiful postage stamps like this one, for example, they deserve not to be in the background, I would say. They deserve maybe more like being a focal point. And here, as you will see, we will lose a part of the background that we are making. So, well, we won't lose it, but we will cut a window on these here. So I think I'm just going to go, I have some random like bits and pieces here from Tracy Fox. She is Love Junk Journals on Etsy. So this is maybe too big. So if you need some beautiful labels, then I would definitely recommend her shop. She does really beautiful digitals. And her labels are, you know, a must have if you like labels, if you like using labels, which, as you probably know, I do like labels quite a lot. Maybe like this. And this maybe is too big again. How about this? Okay, I like this. And then maybe something here. I also would... So I've just printed those, and these are mostly, not only, but mostly her oh, what are they called? They are called random sciencey labels, I believe. Sciencey, yeah. So I just printed them, and I'm always I'm almost out of them already. So that tells you how much I love them, how much I love using them. Okay, so I think that's it for the big labels. I'm just going to glue them. Some of them I'm going to glue so that they overhang the background, and I will cut off the excess later. And and I will also use some smaller labels, probably from Tracy as well. And my smaller labels, you know, I just use the same labels, it's just that I print them at 50% of their size. It feels so good to be back here in my craft room, so good. And probably won't be able to you know, to do as much as I want, because, well, I'm still quite weak, you know. I'm not feeling that bad, it's just I'm so weak because I don't eat much, at least. But still, it feels so good and so gratifying to just be here, even for, you know, for like an hour or half an hour at a time, and just do something, just make something, create something. I know so many of you guys understand it. And also, by the way, I'm so sorry to any of you who wrote me emails or messages on Etsy or Instagram, or, you know, I'm so sorry for not replying to them, and for not replying to some of your guys' comments. I just wasn't kind of feeling well enough to do it, but I am going to be catching up on this week, so sorry for the delays. But you know how it is sometimes, you just have to take a break. Okay, and this one, pretty. Now, of course, you don't have to add anything else, but I think I'm just going to try maybe a few of those smaller labels. Maybe they will actually fit here somewhere. I love those quotes as well. They are also from Tracy, but from some other kit, not the not the one that I mentioned. But if you just, you know, browse through her shop, you will find so many amazing kits there. So many. Maybe this one here. This one here. So this is all just, you know, part of building the background. We're just building the background, and when we are done with that, we are going to make our windows. Okay, I think I like it. Let's glue those additional ones. Oh, these are glued already. This one. This. Such gluey fingers now. Okay, so So this one will go here. Where did I want it? Here, I think. Yes. And the quote right here. They are beautiful, like flower, nature related quotes, just beautiful. Okay, and then before we cut our windows, before we do really anything else, I want to round the bottom corners of my envelope. So I'm going to be using this corner punch from We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. I'm just going to round the 2 bottom corners for each pocket. This one and this one, and also I want to just throw this. Okay, I have just a simple circle punch. I want to do some notches, like little half circles, or not even half, you know, just hopefully you can see how little I am punching out. Kind of in the middle, not measuring here. If you prefer things to be perfectly even, so not in the middle, then definitely do measure, guys. I just don't mind them not being perfectly in the middle. Okay. So now, well, of course you can stop here, you know, these are already such cute pockets and it took no time at all, you know, it was what, 20 minutes. But what I want to do is I want to cut my windows, and I'm going to be using metal dies on my Sizzix machine, but you can also you can trace, if you, I don't know, if you want a rectangular pocket, you can just draw a rectangle and cut it out with your scissors. But since I have my dies, I want to use them, and I just have a couple of different shapes and sizes here. So let me see what would look nice and where. So I think maybe this ragged one could go here. And you see, this is what I was talking about, that we will lose a piece of our background because we will cut it out and make our window here. But that's absolutely fine, and actually I'm keeping all those pieces that I cut from the pockets that I've already made, and I'm going to be making some little journal cards from them, or little tags or charms or something like this. So do not feel you have to throw them away, guys. So maybe this one here. Oh, this would be nice here on this side, I think. And then I'm thinking maybe a circle, or this one also on this side. The circle, I think, is a little too large for my liking. So let me bring my machine. And I would usually cut this part out, but I had some requests from you guys saying that you would like to see how I do it. So how I use my dies this way. So I'm just going to place my pocket here, kind of see where I want my my window to be, and just I'm going to go for it. If you are worried that your die is going to move, then you can see how it is. You can use some, definitely keeping this, you can use some washi tape to keep it in place. I've done that in the past. Okay, I'm thinking here would be a good spot. This one. And even if it's not perfectly even, well, I'm still going to like it. Okay, I love it. I love this little piece that we have. And of course our pocket. And then for this one, I think I want to cut maybe a little window here. I think that would be interesting. So do, you know, experiment with different shapes of the window, with different sizes. Okay, really fun. And the last one, so the circle, and I think I want it maybe here. Oh, my whole desk is is trembling so bad when I do this, but okay, pretty. Now, what do we feel? What do we feel? Not feel, but fill those windows with. So what I have is, I have a couple of sheets of vellum, and this is so simple to make because I just took sheets of vellum, and mine are, I suppose, about 100 GSM. I got them on Amazon, but you can use, you know, tracing paper, something thinner should work as well. And I laid them over some mat on my floor, and I just sprayed them with sprays, and I used some Lindy's because they are pretty and shiny. So we have some gold shine, some teal shine, and look how pretty they are. And of course they are a little bit crumpled. I did put them under a couple of heavy books, you know, to kind of make them flatter. Probably if I left them for a longer time, it would have worked better, but that's absolutely fine with me. I'm just using little bits and pieces of those, so I don't need them perfectly flat. And look how sweet they look in those windows. I love them. I love them, and I know that I would love at least one to have a touch of purple, because one of my journals, or maybe not, maybe I don't need it, well, one of my journals does have some purple in it. But you know what, guys, before I forget, what I will do before I glue our vellum is, first of all, I'm going to ink those inside, those windows inside, so to make them look like they were made here on purpose, you know, not just like it's a hole in your design, in your project, in your collage, a random hole, but that it kind of was meant to be here. This is what for me, this is what inking it does. It just kind of blends it in and makes it a part of the whole. And of course, you know me, I need to have some gold, so I am going to add gold inside of those as well. I just think it's such a simple thing, and it adds so much. I love it. And this is another product that I get questions about in every video that I use it. So I am using this gilding wax, which is called Gold Pasta. This comes from Renaissance, which I believe is a Polish company, but any gold wax, any gold paste will do. So just, you know, look for gilding wax, look for gilding paste, something like this. I used one from Tattered before, penned art, and it worked just as well. So I sometimes use this, I sometimes use the other one. I used to use Inca Gold for this too, Inca Gold. This is like a gold texture paste, and it worked perfectly. So just, you know, anything that's used for gilding, and which, you know, that is a kind of a gold paste or gold wax will do here. So just don't worry if you can't find the exact one that I have, because probably, you know, when I run out of it, I'm just going to grab a different brand, just anything really that I can get online. And I get these on online here in Poland, but I'm sure Amazon is full of possibilities for those gilding waxes and pastes. And also, as usually, I am using my fingers here because I like the distressed look. Oops, this needs some more glue. I like the distressed look. I like that the gilding is not very even, or not, you know, even at all. That it's messy, and that's what I like. But I believe you can also use a paintbrush with those, or maybe a sponge, something like this, like a makeup sponge. Now, of course, I have gold everywhere. Okay, so here are our pockets, and let's see. Let's see. I love this. So I'm just going to cut pieces of it that I believe are going to be large enough. You know, I want them a bit larger than my windows, because I want to have this is pretty. I want to be safe with, well, that I don't have too little. So, love it. I just love staining vellum like this, and those Lindy's sprays, they work so beautifully. I'm just wondering, because this one is lighter, maybe I would actually go for a piece here. Some lighter colors, and then here could use this one. Oh, definitely, look how gorgeous this is. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to use my wet glue, just like this, and I'm going to go over, you know, the outside here of my window. Make sure, you know, with Lindy's they are shiny, so sparkly, so only one side is sparkly, so I'm making sure I have the right side down in a way when I'm gluing it, because I want the shiny side to be here. And now I'm just going to give it a moment, make sure, you know, it's glued down. And while this is drying, while the glue is drying, this is so gorgeous, I can go ahead and do the same thing with the other ones. And then again, you could stop right there, but I'm not going to stop yet. I still want to add a few things to my pockets, but you can basically stop at any point of this project that you feel, you know, your project is complete. Pretty, and I think I'll just add a little bit more glue here to just glue these sides down as well, because when we put something into those pockets, we don't want it to come off. super. Then we have this one. Oops. Like that. And in the past I also made these vellums, these sprayed vellums with just regular non-shiny, non-sparkly inks like Distress ink, like Dilutions ink sprays. Any ink sprays will do. You can also use your regular like inks like this and just do the packaging technique. If you've seen some of my previous videos where we did some mixed media, then you're familiar with the packaging technique. Well, anything really, any ink that's kind of liquid or water soluble, so you can make it liquid, will do here. Will do just fine. And this is too long, so I'm going to trim it like this. I have a bit too much glue on the sides here. I really love them. I really do. Alrighty, so like I said, this could be, you know, over for you. This could be done, but what I would like to do is I would like to take some of my fussy cut flowers and see if I can use some of them here to decorate this further. And I also have those Wildflower die cuts from Tim Holtz. I cut them with my machine using some just craft cardstock, and I really like how they look. So how about, I think I would like something blue here. I have this is blue, and I also get questions about this a lot. These are elements that I fussy cut from nature books, and I have a video on my favorite nature books, and also I show you guys which books I fussy cut flowers from. So if you're interested, you should be able to find it quite easily. Do I have anything blue, anything else? Okay, I have this, but I think I might want to cut those a little bit better, but anyway, this could go here. Then maybe this one. I like it. And what could we use here? So I don't want to cover too much, of course, of the window or the background, but I just want something to stand out here. Maybe this one and something smaller. I think I had a smaller flower here somewhere. Maybe this. Could be. And for this one, we could use any color really. How about this? I am going to cover a lot of the window, but actually don't mind it. And how about I add this one? Well, let's see. Let's see how it looks. when we glue everything down. So I'm going to actually start with this one, and of course I'm going to cut off, well, not of course, but I am going to cut the excess of this flower, so anything that sticks out of my pocket, because as you remember, I did measure my pockets. I did measure how wide I want them, so I would not want, you know, those flowers to stick out of the pocket and of the pages in my journals. Like this. So let me put it here maybe, and you still see the window, and you still see that it's a little bit translucent. Okay, let's add it like that, cut it here, and oops, just a little bit here. Yes, I like it. It's very nice, very interesting. So the next one is this one. I love these Wildflower Dies from Tim Holtz. They are not, you know, like super cheap, as you know, Tim Holtz stuff isn't, but they are awesome quality, and they are so versatile. And if you do a lot of nature projects, then I would definitely recommend getting a pack. I think I got 2, and I think he just has a lot of them, and I think he also has some with leaves, which I would really like, because I would love to do some more like woodland journals in 2021, so like a woodland journal collection. So those leaf die cuts would just work perfectly with this, I suppose. And I just got them from Amazon. It's funny because I never used to use Amazon or shop on Amazon before I started making journals. It's just not, it's not as popular, you know, as it is in other countries, I suppose. Definitely not as it is in the States or in the UK, where you guys have the US Amazon, UK Amazon and such. I used the German site, which is nice because they do have some warehouses in Poland, so they store some of the things in Poland, so the delivery is usually, you know, like the next 2 days. But yeah, it's just I never shopped on Amazon before I started making journals, and then I'm like a regular customer there. There are just some things that you can't get, that you can't easily, at least, get in Polish shops, and it's so much easier to find them on Amazon. And especially those used books, because like I said in the video on my favorite nature books, I use used books, so second-hand books that I get on Amazon, and honestly I would not be able to find any beautiful English language nature books here in Poland, if not for Amazon. So And I don't mind, you know, I wouldn't mind adding some pictures from Polish books or from German books to my journals, but the thing is that I don't have that many beautiful books with beautiful illustrations in Polish or even German that would be vintage. It's so much easier to find them in English on Amazon than it is to find them in Polish here in, you know, the flea markets or antique stores. And there are some stunning books out there. I'm always so inspired by the nature books. I really am. So if you are too, then definitely check out my video on my favorite books. I will try to remember to link it below, but please don't hold me to that, because I'm like I said, I'm so unfocused because I'm just, well, I'm still recovering, so but I will try to link it in the description box, which is under the video. Okay, so I only wanted to, you know, to cut it kind of closer to get rid of too much whiteness. Okay, I think this should do. I think this should do. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to glue this one first. It's a nice addition to the background, especially, you know, that I cut them from craft paper, so they are very neutral and vintagey looking. Okay. And our flower, and again, guys, this could be the end for you, but again, you know me and you know how much I love to add machine stitching to my projects, and also how much I love to add texture. So I'm going to stitch around those, but maybe like this. But I am also going to add some textiles, some fabric, some ribbon here. Okay, oops, maybe I'll just get rid of this. I love it. Okay, my gluey fingers. So yes, so I would like to add maybe some sari silk ribbons. Just trying to clean my fingers here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. I have this one, which is a neutral sari silk, which could work nice on this card because it's quite neutral, so I could just add a piece of this here when I stitch around. Then for this, maybe as well, maybe I would like a piece of the same sari silk here on the side, I think. For this one, how about I add a bit of this purple? Maybe, oops, maybe this one. Yeah, so here. And for this, I also have this green. This won't work, but I also have, do I want any of, no, it's not the same green, so let me go with the neutral again. Maybe here. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with straight stitch. Let me see where are the cards that I have done before, so I could show you. No, I can't find them. But anyway, so I'm going to go with the straight stitch, and I'm just going to stitch it here in the on the sides, or maybe here, and yeah, I will be back in a sec. Okay guys, so our project is basically done, and I love how our little pockets turned out. I should focus in a sec. So here are the finished pockets, and this is, as you can see, a little bit transparent. So this is the second one. I love this one. And we have this one. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. I was so happy that I could just, you know, spend this hour with you and just chat and make this little project. And yeah, I do want to work on these journals still, even though I have to rest a little bit more than usual, but that's okay, you know, I still can do something, and I'm very happy with the results. So thank you again for spending your time with me today, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye.